Hi, I'm Paul Alexander. I represent SMD 1 for the City Council of San Angelo, Texas. I'm 43 years old and have lived in San Angelo my entire life, with the exception of going to Texas A&M, where I got a bachelor degree in environmental design, which is basically architecture applied to an entire area. It could be one building or an entire city. I returned back to San Angelo in 1991 and went to Angelo State University's graduate program to get my MBA. Fell a little bit short because I ran across a really good opportunity to pursue something that's never been done, and that is a radio network for bowling centers. I kind of invented a business or a job for myself and expanded it, first of its kind, to all 50 states, 411 bowling centers, and that eventually spun off into another business called Sonic Radio, in which we got a contract with Sonic Industries for all the Sonic drive-ins in the United States. That means right now in San Angelo, Texas, we're broadcasting to 3,500 Sonics from my office, which is what I do for a living. I have 6 kids. It's a his, hers, and ours situation. It's the most dynamic family I think could exist. It's very active, very involved, and very fun. If I have nothing to do, then I am probably crazy, because there's plenty to do when you have a family that big. It could be with the 2 toddlers, or the 2 12-year-old girls we have, or the 2 Little League baseball players, Corey and Kobe. I'm always active, and if I'm not active with my family, I'm active with the city. Thank goodness my job, since I've worked very hard for 13 or 14 years to establish that job, thank goodness I still have a paycheck, because we get 40 bucks a month working for the city council. But it's rewarding, because we're looking at our city and what we can do for it as council members, and I didn't know it would be like it would be. Really, I thought I would have to go in and play politics to get things done. Really, that's not the case. It's a group on the council and a city staff that work very closely together. And the city staff is very hard workers. If I were to ask for something, they would do it for us. If I ask for something from Harold, he really does look into it. And so what that means is the city council is steering the city in a proactive, synergetic manner, so we're very effective at what we do. I'm standing on Lake Nasworthy near the Nature Center, and behind me is Twin Buttes, and it's kind of a icon of San Angelo. And there's going to be things happening out here. For me, one of my biggest projects that I've really pushed is a look at Lake Nasworthy. When we look at San Angelo, there's 2 things that make us different from all the other cities in West Texas, or at least most of them, and that is our river system and our lakes. We have both, and the other guys don't have it. And so I really feel that to differentiate us from the other cities, that we should maximize what we have. And so Lake Nasworthy, looking the same as it did when I was a little kid, is a project that I would like to look at, and Alvin New and Charlotte Farmer and other council members are very supportive. Here at the Nature Center, you know, we may someday, if the council has what we wish, or what we're thinking right now, have one of the biggest parks in San Angelo, a regional park, bigger than Kids Kingdom. We're talking about, well, look it up on the internet, Kemah, Texas. It's kind of maybe something as big as a mini theme park surrounded by restaurants and commercial businesses. But right now, none of that's possible because it's not zoned that way. The vision plan doesn't show that. It hasn't been looked at in forever. So that's a possibility in our future, and we'll be looking at it over the next year into 2012 and 2013. One of the things I like most about San Angelo, I don't think I see it like everybody else, but this is what I see: opportunity. It's a package deal. It's the kind of a small city with lots of opportunity. It's just different than other places in West Texas. It seems like this is the place to move to, and you know, it's kind of a good place to raise your children and to live. I mean, you can afford a house, and you can get to the next place in town really quick. You know, I noticed in the big city, you get one thing a day and you're done, because it takes so long to travel there and come back and etc. In San Angelo, we can get more done, we can do more things. We just need to create more things to do. I mean, isn't that the thing? You know, when I look at the other side of the coin, I say, hey, San Angelo is missing something. We're missing that laundry list of things to do, places to go. We don't have a Kohl's, and we don't have a Red Robin, and really when I ask about these things on blogs, people go forever on what we don't have. And that's kind of what we want in a city, and I think that a lot of people outside of San Angelo feel the same way. And so part of what a city does is we build our economy so that we're attractive to outside businesses to come in and place this laundry list so that we all thrive. And when that happens, the local businesses also do better. We see more local restaurants and etc. It seems scary at first to invite these outside corporations in, but I really think it's better for the city's growth and retention of the residents we have here to build our economy for the future. Photography is #1 on my list. I love to take pictures. My wife and I, she's a photographer too, we shot 110 gigabytes worth of pictures last year. And we have to make sure we organize them all so we can even find a picture that we took. And I would say we have a huge library of fantastic pictures. I'm more of the technical person, lighting and settings and things, and my wife, can shoot a candid picture and just capture the essence of the situation in a picture. You know, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, that's what we do all the time because we have the kids. What I like to do if I'm not doing photography is gardening. I love plants. I love to go out and plant plants. My favorite plants are the ones that you can plant and they multiply and you can divide them out and move them around. They're free. You buy 1 or 2 plants and they keep multiplying, they're free. So you can get your whole yard decked out with lots of shrubs and plants. And I also like the drought resistant ones that don't die every time it gets dry outside. I have a drip system at home, real efficient to keep the key plants alive in the harsh heat of the summer. So I'm really into that kind of stuff, and I think I could use some of that knowledge when we start getting into water rationing in the event of a major drought. I will use some of that information so that the avid people around town that like plants can keep the plants alive. And I'm also that guy that when I ran for mayor, I had a little program I wanted to, on my platform, 20,000 trees in 2.5 years. I think trees are wonderful for our community. It keeps things cool, reduces sound, and really under a tree plants live. They don't get burned by the sun. And so I think it's even water savings in some instances with some trees. The last thing I like to do when I can is fly. It's expensive. You know, it's hard to load 8 people into one airplane. It just doesn't happen. I have a 4-seater when I can fly. I do it periodically. I've had my license since 1987. Right now I'm trying to work a deal with somebody to get back into an airplane. I own a hangar, not an airplane, so I got to work deals. But that's what I love to do.